Hello, welcome to my channel. This isn't a typical YouTube video where I recommend a bunch of products for you to buy. Don't worry. I'm here to teach you about the hair care that no one actually talks about. Because have you ever used a product that worked amazing for your friend, but did absolutely nothing for you? It's probably not the product. It's your hair porosity and hair type. So how do you actually find out your hair porosity? There's a simple test you can do at home. The float test. First, take a clean strand of hair after shampooing. Fill a glass with room temperature water and drop the strand in. Wait 2 to 5 minutes and observe where your hair floats. If it floats on top, you have low porosity. Your cuticles are tightly closed, water has a hard time getting in, and product buildup happens easily. If it floats in the middle, that's medium porosity, balanced moisture absorption and retention. And if it sinks to the bottom, that's high porosity. It absorbs moisture easily but loses it just as fast. Now, this test isn't 100% accurate, but it gives you a rough idea of your hair porosity. But what does porosity actually mean? Hair porosity is how well your hair absorbs and retains moisture. Low porosity, cuticles are tightly closed. Water has a hard time getting in, it takes longer to get wet, product buildup happens easily, but it looks shiny and can feel dry. Normal porosity, cuticles are slightly open, it absorbs moisture effectively, retains it well, is easy to maintain and generally has healthy, balanced hair. High porosity, cuticles are very open or damaged, it absorbs water quickly but loses moisture just as quickly, it's prone to frizz, dryness and breakage, and hair may feel rough. And remember, porosity is about moisture retention, not about how healthy your hair is overall. Now here's something people often miss. Your scalp type and your hair porosity are two different things, and they don't always match. If you have an oily scalp, your hair gets greasy quickly and you'll need more frequent washing. Clarifying shampoos can help, and this can pair with any hair porosity. Dry scalp feels tight, itchy, or flaky. It needs gentle, hydrating shampoos, and you'll want to avoid overwashing. Combination scalp, oily roots, dry ends, is actually the most common type. The trick here is balancing your wash frequency and focusing hydration mainly on your ends. A normal scalp is pretty low maintenance. Balanced can handle most products easily. Here's the bottom line. You can absolutely have oily scalp with dry hair or low porosity hair with an oily scalp. Understanding both your scalp type and your hair porosity together is what actually helps you pick the right products. Okay, quick myth-busting moment. Are sulfates actually bad for your hair? Short answer. It depends on your hair. Not a blanket, yes or no. Let's talk about sulfates. The deep cleansers in your hair products. Sulfates are cleansing agents that create that lather and remove dirt, oil, sweat, and product buildup. Common ones you'll see on labels are sodium lauryl sulfate, SLES, or sodium cocoa sulfate. They're used because they deep clean effectively, create a satisfying lather, and they're cost-effective. But who should be more careful with sulfates? If you have dry, frizzy, or damaged hair, curly or textured hair, a sensitive scalp, or color-treated hair, sulfates might be too harsh for you. If that's you, look for gentler alternatives like cocoa glucoside or diesel glucoside. These clean without stripping moisture. The bottom line? Sulfates aren't bad. They just aren't for everyone. It's all about choosing what works for your hair type. Let's talk about hair oiling. Because honestly, does everyone actually need it? Not necessarily. Hair oiling can be amazing for some people, but too much oil can cause buildup, greasy roots, or scalp issues depending on your hair and scalp type. Who benefits most? If you have dry hair, high porosity hair, frizzy or damaged hair, curly or coily hair, or a dry scalp, oiling helps reduce moisture loss and adds softness. Who should be careful? Very oily scalps, low porosity hair, fine hair that gets greasy easily, or scalps prone to product buildup. Heavy oils can just sit on top instead of absorbing. For low porosity, Lightweight oils like argan, jojoba, grapeseed, or sweet almond work best. For high porosity, richer oils like coconut, castor, olive, or avocado help lock moisture in. Oily scalp, use very little, focus on the ends only. Dry scalp, oiling may help with soothing oils like jojoba or rosemary blends. And here's the big myth buster. Oil does not moisturize your hair by itself. It mainly helps seal moisture in and reduce moisture loss. Bottom line, hair oiling is optional. The best routine depends on your scalp type, hair type, and how your hair actually reacts. Let's talk conditioner versus hair mask. What's the actual difference? Conditioner is for everyday use. It helps detangle, smoothen, and add moisture to your hair. Who should use it? Honestly, that's all hair types, yes, even oily hair. It helps reduce frizz and tangles, adds moisture and smoothness, and protects hair from damage. Who can skip or use it lightly? If you have very fine hair that gets weighed down easily, a very oily scalp, apply only on the lengths, or low porosity hair, where you'll want lightweight conditioners. How to use it? Apply on mid-lengths to ends, avoid the scalp, especially if it gets oily. Leave for 1 to 3 minutes and rinse. Now, hair mask is a deep conditioning treatment. It deeply nourishes, repairs, and restores the hair. Who should use it? Dry, frizzy, or damaged hair, high porosity hair, color-treated or chemically treated hair, and curly or coily hair that needs extra moisture. Who can skip or use lightly? Very fine. Low porosity hair can get weighed down. Oily scalp or hair that gets greasy easily, and if your hair is healthy and doesn't feel dry or damaged, you might not need it as often. How to use? Apply on clean, damp hair from mid-lengths to ends, leave for 10 to 30 minutes, and use 1 to 2 times a week or as needed. And remember, healthy hair doesn't need heavy products. It needs the right products for your hair type and needs. Another common mix-up, leave-in conditioner versus hair serum. These do very different jobs. Leave-in conditioner is water-based and lighter. It hydrates, adds moisture, detangles, and can be used on wet hair. It's great for dry ends, frizz control, or extra moisture before styling. Hair serum is usually oil or silicone-based. It seals and adds shine. It smooths the hair shaft, reduces frizz, and gives that polished look. You use a small amount on dry or damp hair. The key difference in one line: leave-in hydrates, serum seals and shines. By porosity, low porosity hair can go light on leave-in or skip it entirely since it can cause buildup, but serum in small amounts is fine. Medium porosity, both work well together. High porosity, leave-in, is important for moisture retention, and serum helps seal that moisture in afterward. Many people actually use both. Leave-in first for moisture, then serum after for shine and frizz control. Okay, let's quickly recap everything we covered today. First, find your hair porosity using the float test. Low porosity floats, medium sinks slowly, high porosity sinks fast. Then, figure out your scalp type. Remember, your scalp type and hair porosity are not always the same thing. You can have any combination. We also talked about sulfates. Not bad, just not for everyone. Hair oiling, optional, and depends on your hair and scalp combo. And conditioner versus hair mask, and leave-in versus serum, using the right one for the right job. Once you know your porosity and your scalp type, choosing products becomes so much easier. If this helped you understand your hair a little better, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming in this series, including double shampooing, scalp treatments, and dealing with dandruff. And drop a comment below. What's your hair porosity and scalp type? I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.